Hi, I'm Mel. Welcome back. Today I'm going to do gluten-free spaghetti bolognese. I've got Rylan helping me. He's grating up some of the vegetables. If you grate up the vegetables, you can't see them in there, and it's a good way to disguise them from children. He didn't realise he was having all these good vegetables until he started helping me cook it, and he was in a bit of a surprise. I'm doing double the quantity. We do about 1 kilo of mince. You can do half of that, so 500 grams. I'll tell you what I do for the half of the mixture, which is used to suit us as a smaller family, but now as they're growing, we like big, they eat more, we need extras. What I normally do is do a can of tomato soup, and I'll do a can of tinned tomatoes, and I will use a gluten-free chicken stock cube, and you have to make sure it's gluten-free. I'll use a teaspoon of minced garlic, a heaped teaspoon, Italian mixed herbs. This is the gluten-free rice pasta noodles. This brand is Buon Tempo Italian, and it's the best that I found. And it's also the least expensive, and it tastes the most like normal pasta. Sometimes I add tomato paste if the taste isn't strong enough. And I use like 1 carrot and 1 zucchini and 1 onion. And I was going to use the tomato soup like I often do, and I bought a different one that I haven't bought for a long time. I thought I'd just check the ingredients, and I found out that there was wheat in them, wheat starch, so I can't be using that. Normally use Campbell's, but now I just didn't get it this time. I thought I'd go for a cheaper option, and I find out it's got wheat, because wheat makes it cheaper. Gluten-free can be expensive to do. Anyway, at the moment we've got in here, I've got cooking the mince. The first thing that you do is you cut up the onion, you dice it really small. I get a really large onion for double the quantity, or a small one for the single. So we've got double the quantity, so I've got a very large onion. I've diced it up very small. I put it in the fry pan, and I've just covered it with enough water to cover the onion. The reason I do this is to heat it and soften the onion, because you don't want crunchy onion in your spaghetti bolognese. So this softens it, and once it's clear, you know that it's cooked. So we've done that. At the moment, the onion has been cooked, and I've got the mince in it, and I'm browning the mince. So I've got in here 1 kilo of mince, 1 large onion, and a bit of the water. When the mince is all brown, that's when you add everything else, and it's nearly ready for it to be added in. Hello.
Hi.
I've got my cousin and her son as they've arrived. They're coming for dinner. So it's all browning at the moment, and Rylan's done a really good job. He's grated a massive carrot. So we've used 2 carrots for double the quantity. Instead I've got this really big one, and he's grated that. And now he's doing the zucchini. Are you on your second one?
We do this.
No, that's a bit you don't do. That's the stalk. We don't want the stalk in there. You could, but I don't like it. We're going to add all these ingredients to the spaghetti bolognese right now. And while it's still cooking, I'm going to add 2 heaped teaspoons, because I'm doing double. 2 heaped teaspoons of garlic. It's going in. I might get Liz. Liz, do you want to do some stirring?
Sure.
Cool. If you can stir that in, please, and make sure the mince is all broken up. You don't want big chunks of mince. And Rylan's asking me all these questions right now, like, can Jacoby come on the camera? Yes, Jacoby can come in if he wants to quickly say hello. That's not a problem, because his mum's in here, so it's alright with his mum.
Fine with me.
You can go on. This is Jacoby.
Hi.
Okay, so we've got this happening at the moment. Liz, can you check that pasta at the back too, please?
Sure.
And if it's ready, it'll need to go. It'll need to be drained, please, if it's ready. That's a good job. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add 2 gluten-free chicken stock cubes in there. So I'm going to open these. Liz can put it in. I'm going to break it up in there. Pop them in. Good job. You just break them up. That's going to go in. We've got the mince in, we've got the stock cubes, it's something you can just sort of tuck in. Oh, I forgot to mention, I think that I add some sugar. Half a tablespoon to a tablespoon. You don't really need a lot. You just some of this in. And I normally do 2 small tins of diced tomatoes. This time I'm doing 1 massive tin, which is probably about 800 grams. They're normally, yeah, it's 800 grams. 1 tin's normally around 400 grams. So we're going to put this in down slowly because otherwise it'll splash up everywhere. And because the can of tomato soup that I bought had gluten in it, I'm just going to use one of these. This is just a pasta sauce. It's tomato and basil. I checked the ingredients and it's got not one little bit of gluten. And the best thickener is maize if that's okay. So you really need to know your ingredients to make sure something's gluten free. But if it's wheat or wheat starch, it's got gluten in it. So this is going to go in now. Well, I can't try it because it's got wheat in it. Did you try a little bit? Tastes good?
Yep.
Yep. So that one's ready. Now I'm going to cook a gluten-free pasta as well. Yep, Rylan wants to add that one in. You need to use the back of a knife, mate, to scrape it in so it doesn't... You got the knife? Use the back of the knife, then you don't make the knife blunt. Put it in. Sure. Alright, so we'll come back in a minute and I'll let you know how it's going. If it's not strong enough in tomato taste, you test it. You just can add some tomato paste which brings out the flavour. And I'm going to eventually add that sauce into it as well. It's really simple, really easy. It's got vegetables in it and it's fast to do. And I'll be back soon.